Hey y'all. Hey family. My spiritual family. So I told some of y'all on Facebook that I was going to get ready to go live. So whenever you get here, hit the like button, okay? And let me know you're here. Oh, we got a like. Yay. So you guys see the name of the title, right? Mm-hmm. How to eliminate an energy vampire. Bonjour, Ryan. Bonjour. How are you, love? It's good to hear. Good to see you. And you guys see here, I got my exercise ball and I'm on my bean bag. And you guys got to get this exercise ball. Shameless plug coming. I have it in my Beautiful and Magical Things Amazon store. So I'll have the link below this video when we get done. All right. Love this thing. I do everything. I feel like a kid again playing around with this ball all the time. So anyway, how to eliminate a narcissistic energy vampire at that, right? So the only way you're going to get a narcissistic energy vampire off your back, okay, the only way you're going to do it is if you starve it. You cannot give that energy vampire any type of attention at all, any type of energy, any type of response. The best thing for you to do is definitely try to ignore it, because when you're dealing with a narcissistic energy vampire, we are tapping into sorcery. Okay, so now not all energy vampires are do this, and I'm just going to say a disclaimer. Okay, I'm not talking about anyone in particular. Okay, this is just my observation through my life journey and things that I've seen that might will help some of y'all. Okay, so this isn't meant to be towards anyone, but I want you guys to just be aware. And so I'm going to uh, tell you some more. So when you're dealing with a narcissistic energy vampire, you are dealing with pretty much someone who has mastered sorcery. Um, there's two types of there's two types of energy vampires, rather. Now, the first one, we're all energy vampires to some extent, right? But some people, they can't function and they can't live unless they're vamping off of someone. Okay, so with that, you you have to understand that energy is just a means. It's just like food. Okay, and so a lot of these people, they don't understand it. A lot of people really don't even know that they're energy vampires, but some people need more than what you're willing to give them. And so you have to make sure that you are protecting your energy and space, because these people, they can use you up and have you feeling tired and having a headache when you're done talking with them, and you don't even know why. And it's because they're feeding off of you and they can't help it. They just like your energy so much that they want to be around you, a part of you any way that they can. And it's basically like a dopamine high, if you can imagine, like being on drugs. It's like a craving. It's like, the people, they have to have that, your energy. Okay. And hello, Cora. How you doing, hon? And welcome, Janelle. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, yeah, they do. They feed off of the uh, positivity, and a lot of them, what they do now, the ones that aren't just really really bad, and these are just, regular energy vampires, they can sit in a room or a group full of people, and it won't matter because they'll still get what they need, but they're not really taken away from anyone. It's like they're being fed and everything off of, wasted energy. People just, doing whatever, and but the narcissistic ones, the ones they cause a lot of chaos and confusion. Okay, the narcissistic energy vampires. And with these people, uh, basically they have a low, they don't have a lot of compassion, for people. They vibrate on a lower level, on a lower frequency, to get the things that they need, because they haven't learned their lesson. And so instead of them being able to look at themselves and to better themselves, and doing it the right way, they would rather do it the other way, and feed off of people who might be weaker than them. They feed off of people who may have mental issues and things like that. These type of narcissistic vampires use the energy of those people so that they can rise themselves up. It makes them feel good about themselves. It gives them creative energy as well. And you have to be really, really careful, because when you're dealing with a narcissistic energy vampire, what happens is that they become addicted to your energy. Now, if you've given them any type of response or anything like that, any type of acknowledgement, okay, it becomes like a drug or dopamine. They want your attention so bad that they'll do anything. It does if they can't get your attention by being nice to you, or trying to get to you that way, then they'll get your attention in a bad way. Either way, they want your attention, because they want that energy. Maybe you were afraid of that person, and they know you were afraid. The person totally feeds off of it. Oh my gosh, I made her afraid of me, and that gives him, like, he or she, that gives he or she, like, this dopamine high, like they feel so powerful, like they have control over everything. And really, the narcissistic energy vampire doesn't have control over his or herself, and in order for them to have control actually over his or herself, they have to look at themselves in the mirror, and not just looking at the physical. They have to look inside the spirituals. Okay, and what happens is that when a narcissistic energy vampire, they've done so many horrible and mean things to people, they become immune to it. Okay, so it's easy for them to just they're the type of people, they go around practicing hexing work, on other people and stuff like that, just for the sport of it. No means that the person is looking for justice, or maybe that a person was they did something like kill a child or something. They don't look at things like that. They are completely tuned in to just the getting that dopamine high, that power out of it. So it doesn't matter. They laugh at human suffering. They laugh at other people's pain. This is funny to them. It's like it gets them off. It gives them like this sense of power, and that's what it is. It's because they really don't have any power, okay? The narcissistic energy vampire really doesn't have any power at all. So, what the narcissistic energy vampire does is that he or she goes around and they create trouble, which is really a cry for help. They're really crying out for help, is what they're doing. That they go around to different people and they cause trouble, and normally these type of people, not a lot of people like them because they can't hang around them. And number one is that most people are afraid of them. Okay. And number two is that most people just don't like the way that they are. They don't like the way that they treat people, how they talk about people. And the narcissistic energy vampire is very, very, um, it's all about me and no one else. It's all about me. They're not really into really trying to help other people and things like that. It's just all about me, me, me. And so with that, they really can't help other people, not really because they don't have that compassion in them. They lack that. They seek, just like in the Bible, they seek, like, that Bible verse, how the lion goes around to seek, kill, and destroy. Well, this is what the narcissistic energy vampire does. Now, it's almost like, okay, let's see, you have a lot of kids in the daycare, right? And so all the kids in the daycare is getting along. Everybody is, um, playing with their games and sharing and, just like what kids do. But, you have that one child who doesn't want that, that child is lacking, and so, and, with that, if it's not checked when the narcissistic energy vampire is young, then it grows into, something really, 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 really horrible and bad. And a lot of these narcissistic energy vampires, they go out to be bullies and things like that. And I'm saying this also, like from a personal perspective as well, because, I've been there. So I'm telling people this, so that you can understand, what you're dealing with, and so how you can handle it. Because as long as you give these people a reaction, that's it's like that's they're taking a little bit of your power. Every time you give them a reaction, they're taking it. Give them a reaction, they're taking a jump. And all of this is in your mind. You start to think about that person all the time and worry about that person. Are they going to say something about me? Are they going to do something? What's going on this? And then the next thing you know, you're not paying attention to your blessings and what you have going on. And you're so worried and focused on the narcissistic energy vampire. And what he or she does is that when you are focused on them, they become more powerful. Uh, they basically steal your gifts. They basically steal your energy. All of that positive energy, all of the things that you were doing, that you were paying attention to, when the narcissistic energy vampire comes in, they are taking all of that creativity, all those things you could be doing, and they're using it. And that's sorcery, baby. They're using it, and so, you really can't judge a book by its cover. Some people, you would think, oh gosh, there's no way, she's so funny, and she would never do that, she's a joke. Well, with the narcissistic energy vampire, most of the time they want you to think that it's a joke. They want you to think that it's funny because that's their way of throwing you off, right? If you think they're a joke and think they're funny, you're not gonna see them coming. You're not gonna be thinking like, oh my gosh, uh, I wouldn't have ever thought that he would do that. But yeah, yeah, he was doing that. And all the time that he was smiling in your face and all that stuff, he was plotting and scheming on how to get your cash, how to get your money, how to get your clients, honey. how can I get, her energy? How can I get his energy and put it on mine? You know what I mean? Like, and they distract you with stuff. They don't want you to see what's right in front of you. They'll distract you with other stuff. Like you can tell a narcissistic energy vampire, like, I know I told you to be there April the 8th, 1:30. What happened to you? And the narcissistic energy vampire will, pull up something totally different, showing that it said on the 8th at a different time. And it's like they put it in you and then you believe it. I mean, they so cold with it, honey. They so cold with it that you start to believe the lie yourself. So you gotta watch it. Okay, let me get into the comments and let me see what you guys are doing here. And we got Etole. Hey Etole, she's in the house. Yes, my crew. Yes, I am empathic and try to stay away from most people. Yeah, me too, really. Yeah, you have to. You have to guard your energy. And when you start getting a little older, it's not really all that necessary to hang out with a lot of people. But I like to go places and do stuff every now and then. But as far as like the hanging out every day, I'm too busy. I just don't have time for that. I did that when I was a younger girl. So yeah, gaslighting. Yeah, gaslighting. The narcissistic energy vampire is very good at gaslighting. That's right, Etele. Hi, Natasha Tori. How you doing, hon? And Khalees Costello says, my narcissist never took from money wise. He just always humiliated to people. He portrayed me as the bad guy. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they flip it around on you. And these people will never apologize. They'll never apologize for what they do. So don't expect for them to. If they do apologize, then it's 9 times out of 10 is something behind it. Like maybe they know they're gonna get something out of it if they do. Yes. Yes, Natasha says, I have learned to transmute and give them their own funk. Yeah, that's it right there. Give them their own funk, their own stuff back. Yes. Yes, make sure y'all hit the likes button. I see a few people in here. Yeah, they don't. It's crazy. They don't. Yeah, and yeah, the narcissistic energy vampire will never ever admit to them doing anything wrong. They will not. They won't. They don't hold themselves responsible for any wrongdoing that happens from the chaos. They feel like they're free from it. So yeah. Yeah, and another thing that they'll do as well is that they'll pick on you, you know, uh, like maybe you're heavy set. They'll pick on you about your weight. Maybe you like to wear makeup. They'll pick on you about that. They'll try to pick at you and get in your head, and have you doubting yourself and have you changing stuff about yourself, and then that's why you have to really be careful about who you have around you too. And I know it was this one girl. I really liked her and I wanted to hang out with her and stuff like that, and she was nice. I mean, as far as like just going to lunch or something like that, not like hanging out, but go shopping or something. And but she was always talking about you know my how I looked and stuff. And I was like, I can't be around that because I know I caught myself a couple of times like trying to wear, something different or something I would normally wear just to because I knew it was going to be brought up. So when people start to try to infiltrate your mind like that, you have to shut them down. And like I said, the only way you're gonna shut them down and eliminate them, you have to not give them any attention. They're gonna try to get your attention any way that they can, by any means necessary, like Malcolm X. They're gonna try to get it by any means necessary, okay? That and so yeah, you just can't. You just can't. And you have to think of it really as a matter between life and death because the narcissistic energy vampire is so cold with it. Okay. Like I said, all that pain and the way that they insult you and hurt you and stuff, they get off on it. They love it. It's like a thrill and a rush to them. It's funny to them. And so you have to be careful because once they get in and infiltrate your mind, once they get in there, they'll turn it on all the time, and every time you'll think they're talking about you and everything like that, and just hurt you. And oh my gosh, is that a donation? Oh my gosh, $50 donation. Oh my gosh, Solomon Sunshine, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that tonight. Oh, that is so sweet. Let me tell you, I've been getting blessed too. I'm so thankful for that. Thank you so much. I'm just thankful for my health and my life too. Thank you, y'all. Oh, thank you so much, Solomon. Solomon Sunshine. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, I'm in shock right now. I really am. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, I'm so humbly. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Eltale. I'm not sure. I think it's like in the chat you donate. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is so sweet. I was not expecting that tonight. Oh my gosh. I thank the ancestors. Thank you, spirits. Ashe, Ashe. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ishu. Ashe, Ashe. Yes. Ishu been showing out. Ashe. Thank you. Oh. Well, yeah. So anyway, I mean, I've had some donations before in the past, but I don't get them very often. So yeah, that really put a smile on my face tonight. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah. And Salome Sunshine says there's a money sign on the right hand side. Yes. 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 Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And yes. Salome says, you earned it, sweetie. I learned so much from you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it makes it so worth it. It really does. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Miss Issue, bless you too. Spirits bless her. Thank you so much. I received that. I received that. That is so pretty. I wish I could leave my little $50 up there forever. Not my little $50, but my $50. Hey, I'm going to have lunch on that tomorrow. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? But yes, yeah. I mean, like, I wish I could leave it up there forever. Yes. And she said, loved your Juneteenth stream. Oh, thank you. Yes. 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 So yes, but yeah, with those the narcissistic energy vampires, it makes them feel good to, cut you down to size and you know uh they laugh at your pain, everything that you've been through, let's just say, you're bald headed, you don't have any hair, you fought cancer and stuff like that, and narcissistic energy vampire, they'll make fun of you, call you bald headed, call you, out of your name, call you, the B word, all of that stuff, it's because uh, they really don't have a soul, a good soul. It's rotten. And they have a spirit, but the soul is rotten. And so they need to get down on that level and scoot and play around, and so that they can get a rise out of you, so that they can feel good about themselves, like they accomplished something, from trying to turn your world upside down, and place mind games. And so, yeah, I mean, they're not looking at you like with any compassion, like you're a human being, like, hey, I'm not going to do that to him. I see like he's trying to do something with himself. I'm not going to, you know, they don't think like that. They don't think like this. So you have to watch out. You have to protect yourself, and know that it's a sorcery thing. And the only way you're going to eliminate them is you have to, cleanse, protect yourself, and but you have to ignore them. You have to starve them. And what they'll usually do, okay, if you're strong enough to break that and come out of that, okay, you have to make sure that you be prepared for them to come back around, because 9 times out of 10, if they've been, sucking off you and tearing you down, tearing your self-esteem down and things like that, and they want to come back, they're going to try to come back for a quick fix, and especially if they see that, you've moved on, or you tried to do something different, you've left them alone, that just makes them really even mad, so they're going to try to, call you out. They're going to, call you back to back. They're going to, text you, try to show up. They're going to try to get some type of reaction. So you say something to them, anything. It doesn't matter if you cuss them out. The narcissistic energy vampire is going to be thinking that you actually care for them and love them still, is the reason why you're cussing them out. They're delusional. They've conjured and created a reality in their mind that doesn't sit with the people that are around them, because they are so narcissistic, because they are, it's just so much about me. They don't give back, to a community. They don't give back. All they want to do is take, 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 take. That's all they can think about, and it's almost like, uh, what's the analogy that I'm thinking of? It's um, let's say you have a group of dogs, you're feeding a group of dogs, and, you got that one dog that wants to eat up everything. And that one dog, he's not even paying attention to his own bowl because he's so busy over in everybody else's bowl. You know what I mean? Like that right there is, the type of person that you want to watch and be careful around. And like I said, most people like that, they don't have a lot of people that fool with them anyway. And so they create situations and things like that, to try to, get next to you. And basically, if they can, mess up your own life. They start rumors about you. They talk about you, you know, anything to try to get your attention so they can try to get some of your energy. And the best thing you can do is starve them. You got to watch it. You really do got to watch it because, like I said, it's a form of sorcery. If you're not careful, it'll mess with your mind. You got to have a strong mind when you're dealing with individuals like that because, like, they're so cold with it. The narcissistic energy vampire is so cold with it, is that they'll end up have you thinking that it was something you did. And you didn't do anything because that you wasn't even thinking about anything. You wasn't even messing with them or whatever. You wasn't even messing with him, messing with her, you know. And so they'll have you thinking that you did something and that you didn't hear what you thought you heard, and they will lie, 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 lie. You could tell them, I got you on tape saying that you were going to take the red balloon out on Tuesday. you know, no, 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 no. I didn't mean this Tuesday. I meant the next Tuesday. So the next thing you thinking like, and then you start really thinking like, well, now, why would I tell him next Tuesday when I needed it done this Tuesday? I'm telling you, they so cold with it. Here, hi, my name is Kathy. And I've been taken advantage by a narcissistic energy vampire before. Now, come on, y'all, just like in AA, say, welcome, Kathy. Welcome, Kathy. That's why when I see them, I'll be like, oh boy, the only way you're going to get rid of them and eliminate them out of your life is to starve them. Like I said, now they'll try to go back and find another victim or whatever. But if you've been their supplier for that energy for a little while, and they've been getting that reaction out of you, and ooh, you've been giving them life. You don't even understand it. You over here going crazy, thinking somebody put spells on you, thinking somebody is, trying to break into your house and thinking all kind of crazy stuff, and it ain't nothing. It's just that narcissistic energy vampire and finally tapped into that brain of yours and is having fun, just like the media does. Just like the media does. Like I said, you have to be careful. It's just, you know, uh, a type of sorcery. It's sorcery, basically. So let me go into the chat and see what you guys are saying too here. Yeah. Yeah, Gypsy Mermaid says they can't handle being left. They try to get you to play you and leave them like a bad habit. Mm-hmm. Yes. And Natasha says, I'll talk to you later and comment later. Okay. Ryan says, I want to love everyone and spread joy, but I'm learning these vampires hinder me and make me depressed beyond belief. Yeah, you have to protect your mental. I mean, as if you don't have to deal with them, the best way to handle them is to not give them any attention. That's the only way you're gonna eliminate them and starve them. Like I said, they'll eventually find another source, and or um, they'll eventually die. they'll eventually, croak, and then everybody will be happy again. And if you need a death spell, contact me at highpriestesskathie@gmail.com. Oh my gosh, y'all. I swear. But yeah, they are there's something else. Something else. Yes. Hey Barbie. Barbie's in the house. Hey Barbie, I'm so glad you tuned in. Yes, I hope you've been doing good, girl. Yes, uh I was up tonight and Spirit put it on my heart to talk about this, and so far, it's just been a pretty good little live here. I let everybody know on Facebook that I be on. Yes. Hey Titan Moore. How you doing, hon? Yes. Gypsy Mermaid says, "Oh, honey, remember you have a light they want. You are better. That's why they come. Just stay in your power and protect it." I know that's right. Yes, Barbie, you've been fine. Good, Barbie. Girl, I always think about you, especially when I'm on Instagram. Soul May Sunshine says, "Do I have a Facebook group?" Yes, I do have a Facebook group. I actually have two Facebook groups. I have one that's a free group called Everything You Want to Know About Hoodoo, Voodoo, Witchcraft, blah, 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 all that. And then I have one that's a paid group, and that one is uh, women witches in empowerment group. It's an empowerment group. Think about what I'm saying. I'm getting kind of sleepy. An empowerment group. So and then oh yeah, and then I have a other one on Facebook. Uh, it's spiritual supplies and candles .com Facebook group. Yeah, so if you sell products and stuff, you guys, you can get in my group there. So, and that's a public group. It's a marketplace. Spiritual supplies and candles uh .com marketplace. Marketplace on Facebook. So yeah. And it's a lot of people in there. They got a lot of stuff in there. Like it's so many gifted practitioners and stuff. They make so many different beautiful things, and you know, just like I end up going broke messing around if I wanted to get everything I wanted in there. you know. So yeah. And yeah, so the Women Witches and Empowerment Group, that one is the pay group. But I will have that information listed at the below this video as well too, because I've been meaning to do that. I have a Linktree link, also I'll have on there. You'll probably see it in my other video or the video before that in the description box, and I'll try to have it pinned too, but it'll have how to follow me on the other social medias I'm on, y'all. And it'll also have uh, the my Facebook groups and stuff. So that way you can be in the know of what we're doing. And I do a lot of different projects and stuff with a lot of different people. So I got some stuff coming up too that I'm going to be a part of, and I don't want to give all the details yet, but it's just going to be a little surprise. So look, you know, and that's all I'm going to say. you know, because we don't want the narcissistic energy vampires to get jealous and, you know, try to hate on that too. Now do we? You know? Yeah. So, and really with the narcissistic energy vampire, you can't tell them to really get a life, because, you want them to go away. I mean, you can tell them all day long, leave me alone, leave me alone. But they're not going to do it. The only way you can get rid of them is if you starve them, if you stop giving them what they need, which is your emotion. you know um like I said, that rock song, the more you suffer, it shows you really care. They're like on that type of stuff, that's like twisted type of stuff, like. So yeah, you just, and it's nothing personal. I mean, it's just a lot of these people, that's just the way that they are. They're just made that way. A lot of times it's just genetic, you know and they walk around with that mark, and but this is your life too. So, and those type of people, you can't save them, so don't try to save them. you know it's just a waste of time. It's just a waste of time, because nothing is going to change for them until they actually stop and look at themselves in the mirror, look at the man in the mirror like Michael Jackson. And when they're ready to actually look in the mirror and look at that ugliness that's inside of them, that we all see, when she looks inside herself and see all of that, messed up stuff that we see, then and only then, is it really ever any help for a narcissistic energy vampire. But they have to get it, they have to go through something really bad for them to be humbled, to see, to look at, to learn from it. Because other than that, they're not gonna, ever do anything about it, because they think that they're, you know better than, people that are trying to help them, or people that want to connect with them and stuff. So it doesn't, they don't trust people. It's just the way that they were raised or wired or whatever, and it manifested itself into something, um really, 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 that's deep rooted, really rooted. And um you know it's just it's just something that they have to deal with. So uh so you have to do what you have to do and protect yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hey, Cora. And Ryan says we erase them haters. Yes, I know that's right, Ryan. Gypsy Mermaid says, gracias, honey. Amen. Blessed be. Blessed be. Yes, Gypsy. Italy says, could they be demon possessed? Yes, yes, yes. Because, like I said before, I've been possessed. A lot of those, spirits and stuff, sometimes if you don't send them back the right way. And sometimes, when you're working with certain spirits, you get such a rush and such power from it. Being possessed is not always a bad feeling. People think like, oh, I'm possessed. Oh, that's Hollywood stuff, right? Oh, possessor. No, Now, when you possess, you feel like you're on cloud, like you're unstoppable. Everybody is like ants to you, like you are, you know, like a god for real. Like nothing is can touch you. You're just invincible, and but it's not. Most of the time, it's not in a positive way, But and there's different, stages of possession. Some is just where You connected, to a certain spirit because you are working with it and you become possessed, by that spirit because it doesn't want to leave or you don't want it to leave, which was my case really. It's like when I was dealing with the certain spirit that I got possessed with, I really didn't want it to leave because I liked the way that it made me feel and it gave me so much knowledge and everything, but it really completely changed me, and I stopped grounding myself. I stopped doing certain cleansing, and I quit burning my sage for a little while, which is something I don't normally do. But it was like the spirit did not want to. It didn't like it. So I know that when I was working with that spirit, I wasn't myself. So yeah, it'll definitely it's real. Spirits are real. And just like you're in your vessel, your temple, and a lot of them they want to come back and be in one too. And so and experience that. And even with when you're drinking, how they call it wine and spirits, right? They don't call it wine and spirits for nothing. That's why a lot of people, they'll do stuff, or kill people or whatever while they're out of it, and don't remember nothing the next day. They don't remember nothing, and that's scary too because I know that's happened to me too. um, you be so you drink so much and so out of it, you wake up and don't remember anything. It's because you wasn't yourself. You were still in your body, but you were sharing your vessel with another spirit. Why spirit. And that's why I would call a lot of times, like when we would be drinking and stuff like that, and I would say, oh my gosh, we're definitely in the spirit world. And so that's basically what you're doing. And sometimes you can get so accustomed to a spirit, and you can black out for days, you know, and usually alcohol, drugs will induce that, you know, because you're taking yourself out of your vessel, you know. And I would say I would call it like partially in and out, you know, but other things can come in easy, you know. So yeah, definitely. And with the narcissistic energy vampire, getting back to that, you know, they like to really tap in when you're not, on your normal, uh, when you're not your normal self. They like to mess with you and tap into you, when you're, uh, not sober, when you're drunk or high or whatever. They really like to mess with you then too, because, it's easily to get at you better. And all the while, they're planting that seed in you. But even though you might be numb to it when you're under the influence or you're inebriated, right? When you're under the influence, even though, um, you might be hearing everything, and then maybe the next day you might forget something, but still those seeds are planted in your mind. And so before you know it, you'll start even thinking of yourself and doing certain things. And a person start calling you lazy, then next thing you know, you start calling yourself lazy. You know what I mean? Knowing that you're not even lazy. Sorcery, mind games, mind manipulation. you know the narcissistic energy vampire, tearing you down piece by piece until they achieve what they set out to do, which is whatever their end game is, whatever it is. They all do it for a reason. They all do it to empower themselves. It's a game to them. They wake up, they live for this stuff. They live for it. They live to mess with your mind. Once they know they have tapped into it and they've touched you, they've gotten some type of reaction of you out of you, then they know they're in, they're going to do their work and they're going to work their magic on you. So you have to detach whatever way you can. Whatever way you can. You have to have a strong mind. So you need to do what you need to do. If you need to get help with medication or something like that, you need to do that. Okay. If you need to talk to someone, you can talk to, a counselor. You can talk to me. I'm an ordained minister. You can talk to me. I do this for a living. Uh, maybe you can talk to your mother. Maybe you can talk to someone, but you have to have a support system when you're dealing with someone like this. Whether or not you don't even have to be sleeping with someone like this. It's some people, they are just so obsessive, um, even when they've done nothing but make your life a living hell. It's like you have become theirs. You know, they live to wake up in the morning and mess with you, tear you down, say something to get your attention, just to let you know that they want to put their power over you. They want you to feel powerless, like you have no type of power over yourself anymore. And the more you listen to them and the more you go back to try to listen to what they say or be around them, the more that they'll take little by little until you're no more. And what they do, they mock you a lot. The narcissistic energy vampire, uh, they'll mock you a lot, to try to break you down and get into your psyche, and and how they see that things are working is that you'll start changing stuff on yourself. Let's just say, okay, let's just say for this right here, you like to wear your amulet all the time. This is how you were before you met this person. This is how you are now, okay? And also, you can get this amulet here at spiritualsupplieskindles.com. It's a Native American amulet. Just type that in. And you can get that if you use coupon code Black Lives Matter 2020. You get 15% off on shipping and handling, okay? So the narcissistic will tell you, right? Why are you wearing that turquoise necklace all the time? Every time I see it, every time you gonna wear it every Friday? Or can you wear something different? If they really get on you, then the next thing you know, Friday comes up and you're not wearing it, right? And so the next Friday comes up, you wear it, and then they'll say something like, "Oh, you done started wearing it again. I thought maybe you quit wearing it so much." They get into you. The next thing you know, your beautiful, precious turquoise amulet that you got from Kathy and Spiritual Supplies and Candles.com, you don't even wear it no more because he done got into your mind and then messed around up in there and you thinking that you're not even supposed to wear your protection, knowing that's who you really need to wear your protection against. That sucker right there that's causing so much chaos and confusion in your life. Yes. Yes. hmm And Gypsy Mermaid said right here too, she said they can create a situation where you need help and they pretend they are helping you. Yeah, I swear I've seen it. It's just sick and twisted. I know, right? I know. Yeah, they'll create something where uh you don't even need, something you didn't even need, and then, you ask them for help with something, then they try to make it seem like, you know, you're bothering them and you wouldn't even know nothing about it unless they said something to you. It's yeah, it'll drive you cuckoo. Yeah. Yeah, and you got to get away from it. You got to tune it out. And I know you'll be so tempted, and I know, to go back to that person or to try to listen to that person's stuff again. And you got to be, not too easy on yourself, but you got to go a little easy on yourself when you're trying to detach away from somebody who's trying to do that to you. Okay. You got to. All right. And because you might mess up and start talking back to that person again. Okay. You might mess up and, start dealing with that. And, you got to give yourself some space. You really do. You got to give yourself some space. You got to forgive yourself. You got to, because, it's going to be a process sometimes trying to get away from someone like that, or, trying to deal with someone like that, because you've become that person's obsession for the energy source. They don't look at you like you're a real human being. They look at you as less of a human being. You're looked up like as property or some type of twisted experiment for their amusement. Yeah. And then you can even say, well, why me? What did I do to that person? I wasn't even bothering that person. It's not even about you. It's not about you. It's all about them. And once you can see that and understand that, really, I think that a lot of people have a better chance of trying to get away from someone like that, or trying to eliminate that person by totally not giving them any of your energy, any of your attention, nothing, nothing. And I know they're gonna say so much messed up stuff. They're gonna say so much stuff to mess with you, right? Okay. You don't give them any energy as far as like attention. No. And I know some people say stuff about, oh, well, especially if you're in a spiritual community, you're supposed to be so spiritual and stuff like that. You're a big and bad witch. Why don't you use your magic? Yeah, yeah, you can be using your magic, but at the same time, if you're dealing with a narcissistic energy vampire, you're not playing with a full deck, okay? You are not playing with someone who's gonna fight the fair fight. Like put them up. We fight with our fists in the streets and not guns. No, you're fighting against something different. So you got to pull all the stops. I don't care if you got to go file a lawsuit, file it. I don't care, but don't give them any of your attention. Don't talk to them. Don't say nothing to them. And they're going to do stuff to try to mess with you, you know, you know, scare you, threaten you, say they're going to do stuff to you or whatever. But if you keep feeding it, it won't die, because you're the source. If you take away the source, they die. If you take away the source, they die. They may not physically die, but they will die enough spiritually where they won't mess with you again. So it's all about you using this here. You guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I want to thank my squad for showing up. Ryan, Etule, Barbie. Yes, yes. People are exhausting, and in this day and time, what's going on? People are needing new energy sources. They are needing something to uh, help heal them or make them feel good. Okay, and so and then we have a lot of people who like I said, the narcissistic energy vampire, you know, they get off on, uh, cutting you down to nothing. If you keep being an energy source for an energy vampire, not only will your life go down in shambles, okay, but you'll end up getting sick, all of this stuff, stress, heart disease, because they won't stop. Once they get into that barrier, that boundary, once they get past that third eye with their sorcery, messing with your mind, it's going to be hard to come out of that. It's going to be a lot of spiritual work and therapy, a counsel to deal with that. So don't let it get that far. Fight it. You can't give them no attention. They're going to say all kind of nasty stuff about you. They're going to talk about your body. They're going to talk about how you look. Whatever they can do that they think that's going to hurt your feelings, okay? You just got to expect it, and you got to understand that these people do not care about your well-being. They don't care if you live or die. You can't be nice to these type of people. You can't try to have a conversation with these people. They're waiting for anything to get anything from you so they can stick the knife in there further in your back and turn it, because they get off on it. That's what they do. So with that, y'all, if y'all really like this video, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up, okay? And if you guys want a part 2 of this about the narcissistic energy vampire, then you guys let me know in the comment section, okay? And we'll talk some more about it. And I know Spirit giving me some more information to tell you guys, but I know I need to unplug right now from this. And I appreciate y'all, and everything. I appreciate the donation. Yes, I love you all too. Italy says, thank you, Goddess. We love you. I love you too, Italy. I love you all. Barbie. Yes, Gypsy, the crew, Ryan, and Soulmate Sunshine. She gave me that beautiful $50 donation. I appreciate you so much. Yes, yes. So you guys, I'll probably be back tomorrow night, maybe. Okay. I don't want. If not, then we'll do a part 2 sometime this coming week for sure. I know I'll have time. So I thank you all for watching. Be sure to come back a little later and check the description box in the pinned comment sections. Okay, you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and you guys be careful of those narcissistic energy vampires out there. Okay. Bye bye.